All right, we got another. Is anime just poorly written? Spicy. Let's see what he's talking about. Poorly written anime.
Alright, time to talk about why anime sucks and why you suck if you watch it.
Oh, that's an intro right there. Talk to me.
Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
I don't know a name for yourself. I don't know if you're gonna make that. You're gonna make something though.
Okay, maybe that's a tad harsh, but let me explain. At first, I was going to make this video as a purely observational piece about Eastern versus Western writing, the differences between both, but the more I wrote, the more I realized that I just really don't like anime anymore.
We want to make bets on the shows he's talking about. What do you think he's about to talk about, man? What do you think?
And people will get way more mad at me talking about that. So that's what this video is about now.
So he's just intentionally rage baiting. That he just admitted to intentionally rage baiting.
The last video essay style video I did got pretty good views, and I didn't know what else I wanted to talk about. But with anime being more popular than ever, I think it's about time I piss off some film.
So it's and generally what he's doing is he had a video saying he had a video talking about gaming. He rage baited gamers. It did pretty okay. So he thought, what's something that's as popular as gaming that I can rage bait people to get views? And he clicked anime.
Filthy casuals. Just a disclaimer, I'm mainly referring to shonen in this video, the action genre of anime, since it's the most mainstream and it's what I'm most commonly recommended. I've watched my fair share of other genres though, and the problems I'm about to discuss do seem to carry over, just not quite as much.
You know what? Like, isn't it so crazy? It's so crazy to me how like the most casual people come up with the most rage baiting anime videos. Like, just like, why even attempt, bro? Like, I don't understand it. It's like me talking about some shit that I don't know about and making a rage bait video about. Like, it actually makes no sense to me. I don't get that.
For context, I grew up on anime. I watched
Let's see what he watched.
Naruto on Jetix in the UK when I was fucking 6 years old or something. And then went on to Bleach, and then a bunch of other shows which I definitely should not have been watching. So I've got skin in the game, and I used to watch a lot. I think from the ages of 9 to 14, I'd say aside from YouTube, anime was probably about 80% of the content I consumed. So if anybody thinks what I'm about to say is colonizer propaganda, it is, but I've also got every reason to be on the side of anime. I grew up with it far more than I grew up with Western cartoons or media. But then I went to college and I did film and media, and I started to actually watch stuff. And I mean really watch stuff. I started to learn how things clicked, what the rules were, how people break them. And for a long time I sort of fell off of anime. I just had a whole new world opened up to me that I got lost in. Call that isekai. Sorry. And when I came back, because a new wave of anime was starting to rear its head, something was different. The rules kept being broken, but not in cool and interesting ways, in ways that had been done thousands of times before. I had no idea how I didn't notice it till now, but the same tropes just seem to be...
Oh, bro, I feel like I've seen this video a million times. It's like, how do you say that you got lost in movies, right? If you've really been watching movies, you could say the exact same thing about movies. Every single type of storytelling thing that you can watch, movies, reading books, watching manga, watching anime, it all is going to proceed through the same storylines. Literally every single thing is going to proceed down the same type of story. Literally, like, what are we talking about? Movies are not way betterly written than every other type of media, bro. Nice frame to pause on. Hey, I mean, it just happened like that, dead ass.
Inescapable, and they started to piss me off. At first, I thought maybe I'm just getting older, I've outgrown it, But I knew that couldn't be right because I had friends older than me who started watching anime around the same time as me who were still loving it. And anime was starting to become cool enough that people of all ages were consuming it as well. So I raked my brain, but I just couldn't figure it out. Everybody knows that anime has a very distinct style. There's a reason why people can parody it so easily and why it never translates well into live action. But what about that style is so different? Why is it so memeable? I think I got it. At least the meat of it.
I think you might be.
The golden rule of writing is show, don't tell. That rule does not exist in anime. Here's an example. Inglourious Bastards is one of the best films of all time, from one of the best directors of all time. There's minor spoilers coming up, but if you haven't seen it yet, it's your own fault, to be honest. It came out 15 fucking years ago. There's a scene where some American/Jewish spies are trying to sneak into a Nazi event. They do this by impersonating some Italians. You don't need to know the details, just stick with me here. Anyway, a Nazi colonel has essentially figured them out, but how do we know this? It's not anime, so there's no 8-minute fucking time-stopped monologues to tell us what.
Okay, we're gonna. Oh my goodness. Okay, here. I already know what you're gonna say. Like, this is so predictable, and I'm about to counter you before you even say it. You are comparing a mystery. You are comparing a mystery type of show to fucking shonen. Shonen, motherfucker. Compare a mystery type of show to a mystery type of anime. Literally what you said, show don't tell, happens in every single mystery damn anime that I can think of, nigga. Literally go watch Code Geass. You're gonna tell me show don't tell doesn't happen in Code Geass? Are you fucking stupid? Are you like, are we dead ass? You're literally comparing a mystery type of thing, or like, not mystery, but like a different type of story to fucking fighting. Like, those are completely two different type of stories. Of course, like, it's gonna
everyone's
be different.
thinking. So we have to use clues. We also know from previous scenes that the colonel is kind of a cocky dickhead. So he enjoys fucking with people and playing with them. So what do we do with these two pieces of information? We reveal to the audience that he knows the soldier's secret by making him fuck with them. It's pretty absurd to ask someone to repeat their own name so many times, but the real kicker is when he congratulates him on his own accent. There's no world where you would applaud someone for telling you their own name in their own accent. Even then, this is relatively subtle. You can miss this on a couple of viewings. It's only later confirmed why he didn't just immediately arrest them and thwart their plan. Now mirror this with an anime equivalent in Death Note. And for the record, I fucking love Death Note. The show is genius in its own right, and there are plenty of themes which are explored and shown, not told. Like Light's God complex and his parallels to Jesus. But this is the best example I could find as to the whole tell don't show thing. I don't need to go into much depth because if you're watching this video on anime, you've probably already seen the show. But basically, Light's a serial killer, the most successful in history, and L is trying.
Comparing the action of every show to a mystery show is crazy. Yeah, niggas will do anything to try to prove a point.
To figure out how to prove it, because let's be honest, he already knows. How is this shown? Well, it's not really. It's told. We're privy to both their trains of thought, and the cool.
What do you mean it's not shown?
Cool part about Death Note is watching the mental sparring and seeing the elaborate game of chess unravel. But these are two titans of the industry. One of the best films ever and one of the best animes ever.
No, Death Note is not one of the best animes ever.
It makes sense that they both work, even though they're on completely opposite ends of the spectrum. So what are some negative examples? It can certainly happen in movies or Western TV too. It's not like people don't make fun of the whole villain revealing his plot to the hero trope. But in anime, it's so painfully common, and it doesn't ever seem to get punished. These tropes appear even in the most popular shows. For example, if I have to see one more crazy character stick his fucking tongue out or lick up some blood like his fucking Kool-Aid, then I might just try it to see Wagwan. The worst example I've ever seen is Alice in Borderlands.
Possession game. Lur pulls up.
No.
Oh my goodness, Valentine!
No.
Whoa, oh no!
No.
That is not the shot at that moment.
That's a horrible shot. No.
That's how I feel watching this video, bro. That's dead ass how I feel watching this video, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
Because it's
it's airball after airball, dead ass.
one of the more
like,
popular Asian shows
not
on
a
Netflix
single
in recent
good point.
history, and everybody was recommending it to me, claiming it was a better version of Squid Game. So I thought, fuck it, why not? Listen to me when I tell you, this is the worst fucking show I've ever seen. That one's gonna piss off a lot of people, but I'll stand on business for this. 10 toes, dick swinging, top of my lungs, fuck this show. I can think of 3 characters just off the top of my head that have one pose, one facial expression, and one personality trait the entire way through. I didn't know it was originally a manga, so I started to think maybe Eastern writing as a whole is just dog. But then I found out it was just another terrible adaptation and it started as a manga, so my faith in humanity was a little bit restored. But again, this show was popular. Very popular. Looking at Western shows and mediums, again, the tropes are there, but you wouldn't get away with being top of the charts by being so one-dimensional and predictable. So I did a little digging. I went on a mission to find one anime/manga and one live action show from the East that followed Western rules, to see if it was still enjoyable and if it was still well received. And boy did I fucking find them.
Bro, you about to piss me off. Do not put Berserk OST behind this trash ass video. Do not put a Berserk OST behind this trash. I'm really about to tweak out.
We'll start with Berserk because it's one of the greatest things I've ever read, and you probably already know what it is. First things first, this show doesn't tell you shit. The relationship between Guts and Griffith and their obsession with one another is the cornerstone.
Wow. Oh my god. I think he found out about seinens. I think you found out about seinens, bro. And you stopped watching the shonen anime, bro. I think you found a different genre of anime.
Stone of the majority of the series. At first, it's Guts obsessing with becoming Griffith's equal,
and then you didn't even watch a seinen. You watched like one of the best of all time, like that.
Inspired by his dream and his individuality. Once he finally gains his own sense of purpose, it transfers. Griffith's obsession with him being... Fuck, it's hard to say Griffith this many times in a row. Griffith's obsession with him being a perfect king of a perfect kingdom is no longer possible. Because even though he technically no longer needs him, it's not perfect without Guts there. So to regain power over him, Griffith does some questionable things, and none of this is said. This is all subtext. This is all clues. It's all symbolism. It's all shown, not told. And I'm pretty sure I don't need to tell you how well received Berserk is. So that's one box ticked. I found a manga which sheds the trope hell that seems to plague the medium, and it's very obvious that I'm not the only one who needed that breath of fresh air. But what about live action?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, this video fucking stinks. Dead ass. Like this is a video to come back to right here. This might, like, we're early in the year, but you definitely got the worst video of the year. One day in, you got it already, buddy.
I must admit, I haven't watched a ton of Japanese live action, so for all I know, it's a lot less tropey than anime. But the only case study I had to go on was absolute dog shit. Then I saw Netflix recommended me another Japanese show. Okay, I like martial arts, don't know much about sumo, doesn't seem to have any anime related ties. It's well received.
At 8.0, I mean, I guess.
Okay, maybe what I was looking for found me. All that's left now is just to watch it. What a fucking banger. If I told you to write me the most stereotypical anime protagonist you can, what kind of qualities would you give them? Mid to late teens, cocky, brash, hot-headed, simple-minded, kinda dumb, motivated,
Literally, like one
super
category.
earnest, friend-orientated, etc. And then there's Oze.
I guarantee you, if this was an anime, it wouldn't be a shonen. I could
Oh,
bet
he's
money on
cocky,
that.
alright. Brash too. Definitely hot-headed. I don't know about dumb, but he's not smart. But he's probably all that other stuff too, right? Right? Oze is a lazy asshole. There's no other way to say it. He's bad at sumo. He's bad at flirting. He's bad at school. He's bad at friends. He's a delinquent loser, and he knows it. And oh my god, it's so satisfying. It's not like he's completely irredeemable. We see why he is the way he is, but at the beginning, there's pretty much no reason why this guy should succeed. So he doesn't. And I don't want to spoil too much, but considering how often themes like
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, you just explained like 15 different anime plots. I swear to God, I just thought of 15 different anime that started off just like this, deadass. And you're telling me how different this shit is. Like, come on, bro.
hard work, struggle,
at
and
what point do
ambition
we
come
gotta
up
be
in anime,
realistic?
it's crazy how often those same things are completely downplayed and downright disrespected in anime. Meanwhile, everything in this show feels earned and fresh. Oze doesn't just start out as a perfect vessel for his journey. He develops. And guess what? We're shown his development, not told about it. In conclusion,
I don't think you watched anything outside of fucking 4 different shonens from what I just watched. Like, you did not just tell me that you just saw a character be the most basic shonen character I ever seen in my life. Get that shit out the mud, and that was some fresh air. You did not just tell me that, bro. Like, nigga, turn this shit off, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Spicy, we gotta do better. I get you trying to rage bait niggas on purpose, but that was a fucking airball. Like, that was bad, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. That was bad. So you liked the video? You'll like this one too. Go ahead and click on that. Yeah. You're still here? So you don't fuck with me? Alright, I'ma just.